The hit song from the Broadway show Fart the Musical, supercalifragilisticexpialgaseous excrement. I always know when it gets freebooted by a Barstool account too, because then I get added like the same video 30 times that night. It's always a classic though. I always like seeing it come back. It's definitely better than Shakespeare, What You Egg Stabs Him, and also Is This How Bald People Fight? And it's two pachycephalosauruses butting heads in an illustration from a textbook about dinosaurs. I still get those, even after complaining about it, I still get those every day.
Bring it on. You ain't...
He hasn't been tested for chronic stress. Let's give him an electroencephalogram. Cost us 6 bio points. It's a test for chronic stress and epileptic seizures. Run that quick test. Now, oh, and we're 1 penny away, just 1 penny away from being able to get that Steam sale. Make everything super cheap. We're probably not getting a penny in here, but let's get this horse fucker to blow up all these pots anyway. You might say that's an uncharacteristically strong insult, Northernlion. It's not an insult at all. Ain't nothing wrong with fucking horses if you's a horse. The legality of it, if you're not a horse, I'm not even going to touch upon in an Isaac episode. It's not the proper avenue for that experience. But if this guy's a horse, I feel 100% confident saying that it's A-okay. You can fuck ponies as long as you want, dog. The devil in The Devil Wears Prada is not actually Beelzebub, Satan, the Lord of the Flies. I was going to say Methuselah. I think that's just a guy. Balthazar? Is that the devil, or is that just like a restaurant? It's actually just Meryl Streep as a fictionalized, but only pseudo-fictionalized version of Vogue's inimitable editor-in-chief, Anna Wintour. Her actions are so over the top that she is akin to the devil. That's the secret of The Devil Wears Prada, in case you're unfamiliar. No? Did you see the sport called modern pentathlon?
Yes, I did. Yeah, with the shooting and the running, and they did some swimming and stuff too.
Did you know that? So modern pentathlon got a little virality this year because there was an athlete who was like way in first, and then for the horse riding component, they don't get to choose their horse; they get a random horse, and they have to jump it like 10 times or something like that. Her horse just wouldn't jump at all, and there was a very famous photo where she was like crying.
Of course.
And the horse was smiling. I don't know if horses can deliberately smile, but my anthropomorphization of it is that horse was laughing his head off. I am completely unfamiliar and unaware of what's going on with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. I rarely get the opportunity to do this, but who asked? But what do you bring in Taylor Swift, NFL, anti-vax, social media, anti-intellectualism like rhetoric into a Super Auto Pet stream? We're like 11 minutes in on a Monday here. Everyone, let's just chill out. We don't need to start our week like this. You're going to get to Friday and be like, why am I so angry? Well, look at the first step you took. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. I'm hungry, but I'm not that hungry. I want something light, but also like if it could be deep fried. And you're like, what the heck? This is the most complicated task that humanity has ever created for itself, to hit the extremely narrow target of this pseudo-physiological need. But really, like, that's some of child rearing is basically just extended troubleshooting. I'm getting -2'd. I love Kino Cinema. Didn't you hear me make all those references to Frozen earlier? I've never met someone who thinks so much like me. Jinx again. Our mental synchronization can have no other explanation. You and I were just meant to be. I have a 2-year-old. Dr. Han, I have a 2. You can't be mad at me. This is your brain on streaming for 11 years, okay? It's just references on top of references on top of... Mystery Goo containment unit crashed, basic fin collided. That was when our decompartmentalization came through, or decoupling, I should say. Or about your hate for laundry? Well, I just don't understand why you hate the planet Earth. You're washing all these washcloths that don't need to exist because of the fact that you already have a washcloth attached to the end of your freaking arm. I didn't realize that you were an anti-environmentalist, but you know, the hardest choices require the strongest risks, and I'm happy to bear this burden. I'm loving the plus twos. Honestly, I love the plus twos. I'm loving the minus twos a little bit. Hey! But I'm like, man, I'm pretty sure I'm like, we're fucking like last, dude.
No. Yeah.
Dude, I honestly think we're just we're one
Australia's
step above.
Probably last.
No, I mean our demographic of like late 20s, early 30s, non-immunocompromised people.
You don't think like
who don't work in public health. Put my address in on my phone keyboard, type my credit card information in by hand. Like, can't I just walk over to the back and be like, hey, can you like give me one of those things? Maybe you can. I don't know. But I feel like it's like millennial non-confrontationalism, but also politeness. That's like, I can't do that. That the line says online orders. I can't do online orders. Like, this isn't an online order. This is an in-person order, but there's nobody walking around that I need to talk to. I need to talk to somebody, but nobody's got a sign that says, please talk to me. It's like millennial impotentism. It is the late 20th century. So true. Hyper-industrialization has swept the planet. The old Bourbon Empire has crumbled, giving way to the United Atlantic States and the first elected mega-corporation president in history, Starch Cola.
They said, whoop, there it is. I'm pretty sure that's what happens when you're having birth for the baby. Few people know Montel Jordan. Was Montel Jordan whoop, there it is? I think he was. Anyway, we're going back like 25 years now, but he was actually originally an obstetrician, gynecologist, and emergency room doctor for labor. So not the British Labor Party, but yeah, that's the inspiration for whoop, there it is. Was actually, you know, he's like push, whoop, there it is, and then he just turned it into the fattest club jam of the early 90s. More than enough money to make our shop worthwhile too, which, if I'm being 100% honest, is like the whole reason I'm even up here at this point. Were it not for the shop and probably Steam sale as well, I would be out of here faster than you can say anti-disestablishmentarianism. You might say Northernlion, that's a pretty long word, to which I would reply, yeah, I mean, it's a long word, but in the whole scheme of things, it still only took like 2 or 3 seconds to say. That's not a long time to get out of somewhere. And you would say, well, that's a very verbose counter-argument for this facetious discussion we're having. And I'd say, well, you know what? If you wanted to engage in intellectual dishonesty like that, you should have run for president this year. And that's where the audience goes, woo! I don't have to specify what candidate I'm talking about, because this is a polymorphic joke. Whichever candidate you like the least, just apply that reference to them, and you'll be like, yeah, fuck you, Martin O'Malley. That's a joke, because nobody cares about Martin O'Malley anymore.